Hello everyone, my name is Nai. This is introduction to my hands-on step-by-step Oracle TimeG Release 2 DataGuard training. In this training guide, we will learn about understanding the Oracle DataGuard architecture, creating a physical standby database by using Circle, creating a logical standby database by using Circle, configuring data protection models and log transport service, performing switchover and failover, configuring Oracle DataGuard broker, performing switchover and failover with Oracle DataGuard broker, enabling fast start failover, automatic failover, and last, use DataGuard to achieve a highly available Oracle database. Let me see the guide for detailed information. This is what you will learn. This is the whole picture about this guide. We will create a primary database and two physical standby database. And then we will create one of the physical standby database to a logical standby database. This is configuration for this training. This guide is very hands-on. The first section or the first chapter is about install Oracle database TimeG Release 2 on Linux for primary database. It's step by step. And the second chapter or section is to install Oracle database TimeG Release 2 on Linux for physical standby. A very step by step, very hands-on and very easy. The chapter 3 is also create a Oracle database TimeG Release 2 for physical or logical standby. For the purpose of the practice, we will create two physical standby, then create one of them to logical standby. So that in this case, in this guide, we have one primary database and one physical standby database and one logical standby database. In the chapter 4 is the most important part in this guide. It teaches you how to configure the primary and two physical standby database. It's very hands-on. Let me check detail about configuring the primary database step by step. The first step is to enable log model and fetch back the database. The third step is to create a password. The third step is enable force logging. The fourth step create standby redo logs. The step 5 is configure Oracle data components on primary database. As I said before, this training is very hands-on and step by step. Step 4 is to configure the primary database initialization parameters. Step 7 is to create a beta of the primary database. Step 8 is to update the host file on all nodes and verify network. And 4.2 is to configure the first physical standby database. The database name is called Shaman. The step is to enable log model and fetch back database. This is the second step. This is the whole step for we to do. Step 1 to step 14 is to create a first physical standby database. Let's turn to 4.3. It creates the second physical standby database. It's very similar to the 4.2 creates the physical standby database. In 4.4, we can verify the physical standby database. 4.5 to start and store the physical standby database on the primary database. Let's turn to chapter 5. It's to upgrading and downgrading the protection model. First, we will introduce the DataGuard protection model. It includes maximum protection, maximum availability, and maximum performance. This section is to practice upgrading the protection model and downgrading the protection model. They are detailed steps, step by step, to teach you how to do that. They are very hands-on. In chapter 6 is to node transition. It's including switch over and failover. It varies step by step from step 1 to step 8-9. And also, we can switch. The reason why there are so many switch over is that to practice switch over and the steps. After you do this practice, you should be very familiar with switch over. In 6.6, it will teach you how to it will guide you how to fetching back failed primary into physical standby. It is very useful. It also varies step by step. 4.7 also teach you how to perform a switch back with Xiamen node and Shanghai node. This is the very detailed information about that. Before the switch over, after switch over, then you can see that. It is the physical standby database. After switch over, the Shanghai node converts into primary database. At the same time, the Xiamen node turns into from primary database to physical standby database. Now let's turn to chapter 7. It is about Oracle DataGuard broker. This is an introduction to the Oracle DataGuard broker concept. It's very hands-on. Let's look at 7.5. It teaches you how to configure DataGuard broker step by step. 7.3 is changing the state of the database. They are very hands-on and step by step. Let's turn to chapter 9. Node transition with switch over and failover. The difference between chapter 6 is that in chapter 8, we do the switch over with the help of DataGuard broker. You can see that with the DataGuard broker, it's much more easy for us to do the switch over and fail back. Let's turn to chapter 9. It's regarding about faster failover, which means that is automatic failover. This is an introduction about the faster failover. It introduces about the architecture of faster failover and step by step guide you to how to enable faster failover and starts the OB server. As I said before, they are very hands-on, step by step. 9.3 to initiate a fast step over. You can also see the video. It's very helpful. Let's turn to chapter 10. Managing physical standby and electrical standby. In chapter 10, we'll turn into the second physical standby into convert the second standby database into electrical standby database. After that, we will have one physical standby database and one logical standby database. You need to download to maximum performance data protection guide, protection model, removing the broker, and create a logical standby from a physical standby database. They are very step by step and hands-on. And 10.4 is to verify the logical standby and physical standby database. Start and store the physical and logical standby base. They are also very step by step and very hands-on. In chapter 11, it also load transition with one primary database and one physical and logical standby database. It also includes switchover and failover. They are also very step by step, so easy for you to study and master or expertise in DataGuard. Managing physical and logical standby database using broker. It teaches you about upgrade the protection model and downgrade protection model with a physical standby database and logical standby database, and perform switchover with the physical standby database, and enabling fast step failover again, and simulate a failover. Okay, that is all the section about the training about Untitled hands-on step-by-step Oracle 10G released to DataGuard training guide. Regarding a trend between the training with the RAC and DataGuard training is in another section. In another training, which means with the RAC primary data and RAC standby DataGuard. That is all. Thank you very much.